Welcome back, it's Alex, and today we're painting some Necromunda boarding patrol bases. It's a nice easy scheme, and today I'm going to show you how to do it in this video. So the paints on screen are what you're going to need. I'm going to repeat them through the video anyway, so it's all good. But firstly, we're going to prime the bases. So mechanical standard grey, and then just a wee dash on top of Gracia for like a really low-key Zenfeel highlight, but it's not important really, but I just like doing it. So now you're banging on Plague Bearer contrast paint, and yes, it's the only contrast paint we're using on this scheme today. You may originally go, oh, this looks a bit weird, but it comes into play later with the streak and grime and rust effect with the pigments. So after you've applied the contrast, we're now going to apply the streak and grime on top. Apply it like evenly, not too heavily. You can always take what you need away with the brush if you've done too much like I'm doing here on screen, and apply it to the other base instead. And yeah, you leave that to dry for a bit, and as you see, I'm still taking it off the previous first base and apply it onto the next bases because I put on too much on that one. And we're going to leave it to dry, and then we're going to use the white spirit, and we're going to basically clean it all off because I still want that green tint to come through, but I'm just leaving the streak and grime in the recesses to add a bit of depth and to make it look a bit more grungy, I suppose. And then we're going to go over and apply some pigments. So we're going to use the Sahara Desert by Mortalis, and you just want to build it up really, work it into those recesses and just move it around the base. And it gives that a kind of rust effect, but you still want some of that Plague Bearer fresh tint to come through, so it looks like kind of a more worn out base over time, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't want like a dark grey base, but I wanted a weird kind of green grey tint, which makes it look like loads of people have been walking on it over time, and then the pigments kind of working nicely with it, so they kind of contrast well with each other. So that's why I'm justifying using Plague Bearer Fresh. As with at it, if you want to see how I did like a Hive Scum, there's a description in front of you. It kind of links into this base guide. And one of my favourite things to do, using Blood for the Blood God. So I use an old beat up toothbrush, I dip it in, and then I kind of use the kind of bristles to flick the blood over the bases to make it look like it's been some fresh fighting. There's some fresh spilled blood. But please cover your area like I've done here on screen using like some paper and that to stop it spreading area because it gets messy. And as you see here on screen, here is the end result. You've got a kind of Underhive, Necromunda / 40k boarding patrol bases. And realistically, you don't use a lot of paint, and I did these 4 in like the space of like 15-20 minutes if we're not including drying time and stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you want more kind of Necromunda stuff, as we're going to easily be going down that route on the channel, leave some comments in the description, all that jazz. I appreciate a subscription, a like, a comment, a share. It means a lot. Doesn't matter if you don't, just checking out the video means a lot anyway. Thank you to the people on screen for going that bit further. It means the world. Thank you guys. And thank you to the viewer. This is Alex Attempts Tabletop, and I'll hopefully see you again very soon.